coming video where I want to look at the potential top performing altcoins for the rest of the year. While you're at it, if you enjoy this content, please like the video and consider subscribing. Okay, let's start with Bitcoin over here, seeing as Bitcoin dictates which direction the market will go. Okay, and the bias has been to the upside. We've broken out of a reversal pattern, megaphone, a broadening structure to the upside, also broken out of this key capping descending grind line over here. And I do think this truly will not be a dead cat bounce, and we will continue to make new highs. Okay, so bias for Bitcoin is to the upside. Now, why this is important? Because generally altcoins will follow the direction of Bitcoin. Now on the screen you are seeing right now the Bitcoin dominance. Now this is essentially the market cap of Bitcoin compared to the whole of the rest of the crypto market. And this is on the weekly time frame. As you can see, we broke a key trend line beginning of March, and this led the altcoin rally. But more importantly, recently we have had this candlestick pattern over here on the 26th of July. This is when this candle closed. And this is a shooting star candle followed by a hammer candle. Okay. Now this signals reversal. Just by a simple Google, this is a shooting star candle. You can see the body of the candle is on the low side, okay, to the bottom of the candle, and then we have a massive shadow to the upside, a long shadow, a long wick to the upside, okay, and this is a reversal candlestick pattern. Okay, so Bitcoin gives us the bias to the upside, okay, so generally then altcoins will also follow nicely to the upside. Then we have a look at Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance now signals to us that altcoins will outperform Bitcoin whilst Bitcoin is going to the upside. What does that equal? Up only. Now let's have a look at the recent star of the show, Cardano. Okay, over here we have Cardano on the 8-hourly time frame. Now I signal to you this W pattern over here, okay, the double bottom with a $1.50 neckline before we broke this trend line to the upside quite exuberantly. So you were notified of this beforehand. Now we do have some fundamental news behind this move. This is an article from Cointelegraph. As always, all the links will be in the description down below. And the heading reads as ADA hits $2 for the first time since May ahead of Cardano's smart contract announcement. Now, the first half of 2020, Cardano truly was an outperformer and one of the top performers of the altcoin market segment to the upside. And recently we saw this quite exuberant move to the upside. Why? Because we do have an event coming up. Okay, so smart contracts are set to be implemented on the Cardano blockchain, and this is pretty significant, seeing as when it will officially have something that works, and then it will really can compete with Ethereum and the likes of other platform tokens such as Polkadot and Solana. However, I do think Polkadot is also still in the R&D section of its project. Okay, so back to the technical analysis. We have now broken the Fibonacci golden pocket over here from the swing high to the swing low. And we have also breached the key level of significant $2 flat. Okay, so you can assume a lot of orders will be floating around in that area. So this leads me to the following idea, okay? Seeing as we breach the Fibonacci golden pocket, naturally, after we break all-time highs, we can get some targets to the upside. The first one will be the 1.618 Fibonacci, which comes in at $3.40. The next one is the 2.618, $4.83. So I think we can make that to $5, okay? And we do have some targets to the upside. However, I don't think they are relevant in the short term, So with the history of Cardano, okay, price action and the up and coming events, this truly can be an outperformer. To the downside, we do have some key support at $1.50, and if we do see a bit of a downside move on Bitcoin, this would be a blind buy in my opinion. Now let's see how it weighs up versus Ethereum, because Ethereum is my number one pick, okay, and it's also the best risk adjusted rewards potentially in my opinion. So this is Cardano versus Ethereum on the daily time frame, and you can clearly see we have a likes of a pennant, a bull flag, symmetrical triangle, call it what you will. This formation is statistically more likely to break to the upside than it is to the downside. Why? Because we have a contraction of volatility. Okay, you can see the moves are getting lower and higher. Okay, so contraction of volatility, and prior to this we had an uptrend, so this makes this a bull flag. Now the ideal situation would be, but we get the third impulse in the funnel over here. Okay, so a downside move to complete the three impulses to the downside for the pennant, the volatility funnel, followed by extreme volatility expansion to the upside. Now, even before this occurs, Cardano will very likely outperform Ethereum. Okay, and why this is important? Because Ethereum is said to outperform Bitcoin. Okay, and if we are going to outperform an outperformer, that means big move. Okay, so same thing goes for Ethereum versus the dollar, Ethereum versus the Bitcoin pairing over here. A nice volatility funnel, symmetrical triangle, call it what you will. But we do have a target of 9% of a Bitcoin. Okay, and this will be historical highs, at least in the recent terms. So keep an eye out for Ethereum. Ethereum is the queen and the second by market cap. If we have a look at the Ethereum versus the dollar pairing here, now we have made the measured move out of Ethereum's double bottom, coming in at $3,100. We saw that initial pullback. But here's the thing, Ethereum has not breached its Fibonacci golden pocket. Okay, so this will be a key area of resistance at $3,400. And if we breach this level, reclaim it, first target for Ethereum, $6,000 flat at the Fibonacci golden extension, the 1.618. Okay, so the future is bright for Ethereum and Cardano, more so for Cardano. Of course, on balance of probability, as always. Ethereum, to the downside, we have some big support at $2,000 and $3,000 flat. Some nice key round numbers. You can see how we bounced off of these levels recently, and if we revisit them, I think that is a good buy opportunity for a medium term idea. Let's have a look at Litecoin. Now, Litecoin has also been on the radar recently. Why? Because we see this massive multi-year falling wedge, which is the formation statistically more likely to break to the upside than it is to the downside. We also do have asymmetric risk versus rewards. Why? Because volatility is decreasing, and when it expands, that is when you get asymmetric returns versus your risk. And I shared this opportunity over here where we risked a simple 5% for a 20 risk versus reward, and that is quite nice in my opinion. But I do think Litecoin will be taking the back seat, seeing as the wedge has not triggered as of yet, and Cardano and Ethereum will be stealing a lot of the limelight, and that means a lot of the money. So keep an eye out for Litecoin. I think later this year, maybe later in Q3 this year, so maybe September, potentially October-ish, it could truly shine.